Welcome back, everyone, to another market closing live stream. We are going live a little bit earlier today because why not? There's nothing else going on, so let's go live. We got an Uno reverse to talk about. Quite frankly, an Uno reverse, because I will say this morning I woke up and I'm looking at the pre-market and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to continue. And those options I bought yesterday are going to be looking like big old pooper doopers. Well, things have turned around a little bit. Market has turned to the upside, which is welcomed relief, and we've got some big movers today. In fairness to the big movers, though, I think we need to start with a little bit of nostalgia. A little nostalgia by looking at what's red first. All right, so what do we got? We got pitons down off this Netflix disaster of an earnings report, and it's not a prescription. Oh, I'm caught. The cable's caught in the wheel of the chair. There we go. All right, we're good. Anyway, yeah, pitons down, so I added a bit, which is nice because my options from yesterday are down a bit on piton, so that's where I went shopping today. I do notice now that it looks like Square has turned red, and Coinbase is bobbing around lows, but it's not as low as it was this morning. Coinbase at 313 right now. Netflix down about 8%. No real surprise there on Netflix, though, because, again, you know, we have a total adjustment there in expectations. So then we've got, what do we have here? Volatility way down today. Hold on a second. Hold on. There we go. So anyway, down on volatility today. Yesterday was a big old volatility day. We're now down 5.996% on piton here. Double bad news, really. That double whammy, not only the subscriptions, but also that it's almost like advisory not to use, right? That's a problem. Oh, look at this. The Lemonade CEO is on. Hold on a second. We had him on my channel. Let's listen in.
A lot to answer for. Insurers in the United States are the second biggest investors in polluting industries in the nation. There are $500 billion of consumers and others' premiums being invested in polluting industry today by insurance companies. And actually,
pump it, Daniel. Let's go.
To my knowledge, the only insurance company in the United States that has promised not to invest in polluting industries. And it's absurd when you think about it. I take your premiums in order to protect you from whatever I'm insuring you against. So if it's home insurance, it's the hurricanes and the wildfires. If it's health insurance, it's against the hazards.
Yeah, no, I love Lemonade. I think Lemonade's great. You know, if they weren't up 9% today, I would add even more options. I bought options on them yesterday. Those are doing very nice. But yeah, they're up 9% today. I'm not adding. I'm not going to chase the green. I'm going to wait for, you know, I like, y'all know me. I'm a bottom feeder, okay? I look for the crap in real estate. I've never overpaid for real estate. I might for the first time ever, overpay a little bit, because remember the deal we had. If Tesla hits 750, Lauren gets to go buy a house. There are only like 15 houses in this whole city, this whole country that I know she wants. So yeah, not a lot of choice there, not a lot of opportunity there. But anyway, so what else do we have here? 314 now in Coinbase, went down to 311 earlier. I'm pretty sure we had 307. Oh, we hit 302 for a moment. Look at that on a 1-minute candlestick. We hit 302 with a few trades. Realistically, was sitting around 304 there. Ooh, that would have been a nice time to pick up on the options. Definitely missed that. That was during our morning market open live stream. We did see it at 309 though, and I didn't pull the trigger. Could have done it then. Anyway, Airbnb slipping a little bit. Doge 31 cents, DocuSign, Square, these guys, a little bit of slippage here, but this is pretty small. I mean, 0.7 on Square, GameStop 0.5%, PayPal 0.5%, big deal. When I see PayPal and Square moving together, by the way, to me, it's just more of an industry cycle rather than like an underlying issue with a Square or PayPal. Like if Square were down 10% right now and PayPal was down, or say PayPal was up, come on, be a little bit of a problem. All right, so Jim Cramer just tweeted, to all GameStoppers, are you happy with the $179 million payday General Sherman got on the way out, despite the massive outpouring of hate from you guys? Chill loves you and thinks you are swell. Okay, not sure what to make of that one. I'll wait for some comments on that one. All right, so this is the red. Not a lot of red today. Volatility way down today. We really got a big market recovery, honestly, here. And this is that Uno reverse we're talking about here. So what do we got? We've got skills up 32%. That's amazing. I mean, they've just been going down. It's been pretty harsh on skills. Microvision's been getting beat up as well. They're up 19%. NGA finally clawing its way back to 15. The darn thing was at 13 for a while. Like, what kind of crap is that? Hold on one sec. Okay, sorry. Okay, then we got Canoe, which has been getting absolutely decimated as well, up 12% today. You've got Arrival up 15%, Fisker's up 16%, Voyager up 18%. I mean, this is nice, but this is like a drop in the bucket compared to the sell-offs we've been seeing, okay? Like courses discount code at me, Kevin. It's to the moon. To the moon is the coupon code for the courses. I will be setting the expiration for that soon, and then the pricing goes up. Oh, yeah, Chase. Look, nobody ever said Lauren doesn't beat me up for working too much. But anyway, I just enjoy it too much. So Ideanomics, look at that. Even Ideanomics is up. Genius is up. XL Fleet. It shows you the sector pain. It was the SPAC attack. I said this Friday. It was either Friday or Saturday, which would have given you plenty of an opportunity on Monday or Tuesday. But I literally said this Friday or Saturday. I did the SPAC disaster video. I did the SPAC disaster video, and I encouraged you to consider loading up on some cheap SPACs. Meet Kevin SPAC disaster. I even put SPAC in the title. 3 days ago, the SPAC disaster. It must have been Sunday then. Let's see, what day was it? The 17th. Yeah, that's 4 days ago. That was Sunday. Yeah. So hopefully you were able to pick up a little bit because and look, we had a red day Monday, Tuesday, so we're probably still at Monday, Tuesday levels. Honestly, some of these SPACs are still at relatively low levels. You have to ask yourself, like, oh, is this going to reverse back to the negative, or are we going to the moon now? Well, I'm all for just going straight to the moon now. Okay, we've been sitting at lows for like 2 months now on some of these SPACs. And it's been pretty painful. Lemonade, yeah, there's that. Let's see, any CNBC pump here? Sometimes you get a CNBC pump. Maybe, yeah, maybe a little bit. The volume spiked like crazy. Look at that volume spike right here after the CNBC. You go on CNBC, you get the CNBC pump. Oh, was it Saturday that I posted it? No, whatever the 17th was. I don't know anymore. All right. You think this is finally sustainable? I don't know. I just don't know. Just don't know. Yeah, Upstart. Look at that, 100 even. The thing went down to like 91. Crazy. Arcimoto down at 1090. Also dirt low. QuantumScape low. Clover 916. Staying away from Clover. I'm worried that one got a little bit too much of hypey hype for what ended up being a fake out. Can you talk about the new SEC legislation requiring short staff cash on hand? Yeah, I mean, they're new collateral requirements. It's a good thing. You know, how it's going to affect the market, I have no freaking clue. I have no idea. I mean, we'll see if it's even a top news item. TLP. Let's go see. Bitcoin's Wild West era is coming to an abrupt end. Oh, that sounds pretty clickbaity right there. That makes me want to click. Oh, do we give in? I don't know. Floyd's killing made business react, but parity still 95 years away. Google turmoil exposes crime. No. So I don't see anything about the SEC and coverage here. Let's listen into Sarah for a moment. We always like listening to Sarah. What's up, Sarah?
Baltimore-based company behind that ruined batch of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Meg Terrell with the messy details of this report, Meg. Literally, Sarah. So the FDA has issued what's known as a Form 483, which details 9 observations it made of things that are going wrong at the emergent plant that it needs to fix.
No, I don't want to talk vaccines right now. Click. Click it. People say click it. The article, maybe. Okay. I will. 1 second.
35 cents. And Tesla is saying, we're sorry to Chinese consumers. Elon Musk's EV giant promising to set up a computer complaint office after one Tesla owner who couldn't get the company to answer her complaints about malfunctioning brakes literally jumped on top of a Tesla at the Shanghai Auto Show on Monday as protest. There she is. You can see this right now. Yeah, she had a problem with her brakes. She kept calling, apparently. Nobody's answering. So her display caught so much attention, heck, we're talking about it now, that it set off a social media firestorm and grabbed the attention of state media and Chinese regulators, leading to Tesla's apology. And as we said, it's promised to create a consumer complaint line. Tesla shares up nearly 3% right now. That's one way to get attention. Tesla at the center of another major market mover, LiDAR giant Luminar, hitting the gas at this hour, up 14.6% after nabbing some new blood for its executive team from both Elon's empire and also chip titan Intel. Laser's best day in more than a month. It stands at $18.81. We need to get to this breaking news out of Capitol Hill, where at this hour, legal eagles from Apple and Google are getting squawked at by both senators and big tech giants from Spotify to Match Group to Tile, who are complaining about Apple and Google's App Store policies and dominance. Right now, this woman here, Ms. Kristen DeRue, is general counselor of Tile. Ironically, Apple just came out with a competitor AirTag to the Tile Find My device, and that was yesterday. Apple moving higher by 0.25%, Google down 0.5%. Basically, what Counselor DeRue is saying is that Apple, and was agreed to by a Spotify executive named Horacio Gutierrez, who just spoke very impassionedly, said that Apple does not really play fair at all, doesn't take a PhD.
Okay. All right. This is boring. They're just all complaining about each other. One of the most fascinating things about Bitcoin is that somebody can tweet something often incorrect about the cryptocurrency during an illiquid weekend, and many people freak out. Debunked in it. Yeah. Okay, the Treasury crackdown on cryptocurrency was basically fake. So, but yeah. But I don't think it was that. I think it was the liquidations. You know, the liquidations all came at that same time there. You know, that's I think that's nonsense. So I don't think this is what the problem is. Let's look at the sticks again here. I wish they would say that on Bloomberg in that Bloomberg article, but they don't even mention the liquidations at like Binance and that. Anywho. All right, so what else over here? Skills still running. Skills. Let's see. Microvision, 19.4%. NGA 18. Voyager's man, I want to go buy stuff. See, this is the problem. I tell you, this is the problem. We have like 2 months of hell, and we're like, oh, this sucks. When's the green gonna come? The first day the green comes, we all start feeling, damn, I should have bought. Man, gotta be a bull trap. It's gotta come back down. This is exactly why I sell a program on the psychology of money to help you get over the BS. It's nonsense, this stuff. Anyway, it's all a game. It's all a game. Okay, so where are we? Well, Walt Disney's flat. Oh man, we got to do Disney. Pinterest went back up. Pretty sure it started the day down. I mean, in fairness, everything did start the day down. Yeah, it had a down period over here as well, 71. Yeah, now running. I mean, what's running? Anyway, ARK. Remember earlier we looked at the fund flow for ARK Invest, and people were pulling their money out like crazy out of ARK Invest during the last 3 days. It's so ironic. It's like you should literally be buying on those days. Mr. Meat Mop, why is your wallet open? Is the Stocks and Psychology of Money? Yes. Yes. The answer is yes. You get access to the private live streams with the Stocks and Psychology of Money group. Yes. I love the name, by the way, Meat Mom. Okay, so wow, skills 32. Wasn't it just 31? Okay, yeah, it keeps bobbing around here. Voyager, Dig, Fisker, Arrival. Wow, I mean, even Arrival moving 14%. This is incredible. I mean, really incredible movements here just in the SPAC market, which is very, very exciting just to see. But I mean, really a lot of green throughout the market. You got Enphase up to Chef, which is a SPAC as well. You got Neo's up. So the EVs are, oh my gosh, Tesla's up 2.85%. Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't, this is so bad. Don't do this. But I just got to look at, because I bought this one. I bought so many Tesla calls yesterday. That's crazy. Yeah, the Tesla calls are, all of them are printing tendies right now. The one that's printing, ironically, the one that's printing the most tendies. Oh, well, that's just because, okay, yeah. It's because I have more contracts of that. Oh, that makes sense. No, all of the Tesla contracts are up about 3.75 to 4.5% right now. Etsy, let's see. Those are shares. What is Etsy? Is Etsy up 8%? What? Is that true? Where is it? No, I don't see that. Or is that? Hold on. Etsy. Oh my, no. It's up. Why does it say that? Oh, okay. Sorry, I misread that. That particular purchase was up 8% of shares. I was looking at the contracts that I bought yesterday, and then that got mixed up into the mess. Those were shares. Okay. Anyway, so what do we got here? Skills just pulled back a couple percent here. NGA, I really think NGA is going to go back to 20 as long as the SPAC momentum continues. Fisker will probably go back to 20 as well. Open Doors, probably like going to go that 24 range. Canoe, usually I say 15 for Canoe. I mean 12's gonna be looking nice. We've got XL Fleet and Hyliion. They still make me scratch my head a little bit. You really want to look for reorders on those. So somebody here says they need to get rid of China stocks. Why? What are they doing? Because I'm pretty sure you've got tweeted what? Oh yeah. I tweeted that about yesterday's video getting demonetized. Yeah, actually, YouTube replied to that tweet, and they're like, "Oh, we'll look into it." Oh wow, that's awesome. Graft. I swear, people are gonna think I'm like paying people to do this. Grafted Investor says, I'm 25% through your psychology course, and it's literally changing my mindset. I love the QQ philosophy and it helps me get in on dips regardless of how much it might hurt temporarily. That's awesome, man. Awesome. Well, I'm glad to hear you say it's changing your mindset. That's super cool. Yeah. All right. So let's see. What else? Volatility is still falling. You know what? Let's look at volatility versus 10-year. I wonder if I can interlace them. I'm sure I can. This thing lets you do everything. Let's pull it up on the term. So we got 10 years slipping again. And can I do a compare? Oh, yeah, I could do a compare. Let's see. CBOE volatility index. Yeah, there you go. Let's see if it'll. Oh, yeah, but that doesn't look. I really need them both. I need to figure out how to make the lines like on the same scale. If I could just do like change this to like a percentage scale, that would be the way to do it. But I do not know how to do that. Oh, normalize, simple. Ooh, percent appreciation or a factor of 100. Let's try a factor of 100. No, that didn't do anything. Let's try simple appreciation. No, that's funky. See, I just don't know what I'm doing. Percent appreciation. I got to learn this program way better. I just don't know it. Anyway, oh, I'm on 1 year. Let's go to 1 month. Is that going to help us? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that is interesting. Okay. So now I'm learning how to use this. So now we're at normalized percent. Oh, I like that. Look at that. So you kind of see the downtrend of the 10-year and this sort of declining trend here of the volatility as well. And you kind of see volatility spike a little bit over here as we hit those highs. Temporarily went up over here yesterday, had some volatility. That's interesting. I don't know if it's worth drawing any kind of conclusions from that at this point. All right, what else we got going on? Let's hop on over in our Uno reverse day here. What do we got? Let's listen in.
Individuals that are still out of jobs there. So I think for now, the stimulus, the monetary policy has actually put us in a place where we're going to see a very robust.
Oh, thanks, Larry. Appreciate you being here and saying that.
There likely will be inflation. The question is it transitory or does it actually, last for a very long time?
Yeah, we know that's the question. Take a stand, bro. Sue?
Wanted to ask about the acquisition of Peoples and what exactly the rationale is there, how important scale is at the moment, and whether that's you done on the acquisition front.
Well, this is about
welcome
in
aboard,
my career. This is
Happy
about
to have
our
you.
25th acquisition. I've been here almost.
Make sure to watch Lecture 1.0, Meet Mop.
In particular, part of our success has been about having a local.
Okay, I don't really care about whatever company this person's talking about because I don't know anything about it, and there's no offense to that. But somebody here is asking, what's my opinion on the price future for Nano Dimension? I'm very skeptical of Nano. I love what they're doing. I think there's so many phenomenal applications for 3D printed circuitry. I think it's 10 years out before we really see like this skin molded circuitry. I think 3D printed is not a mass scale. It's not mass scalable yet. So there are concerns. I also don't like that the CEO is so gung-ho about, I'm just going to flip the company, basically. But that's maybe sounds a little negative. Beyond that, I mean, the technology is phenomenal. They just bought the AI company. I imagine we were talking about this the other day to improve their, maybe their designs or whatever, their software processes. But I don't know. Tile says, oh, that is a great headline. That is a great salty headline. I just clicked on it and then the headline went away here. Tile. Have you ever heard of Tile? Tile is the company that like tracks products. Like you put the little Tile sticker on the back of things and then you could track stuff so you don't lose it. And so Tile says Apple is turning iPhone into Hotel California. Yeah, Tile? Sounds like you salty. Apple is basically replacing your entire company. That sucks. Don't get me wrong. It sucks. But all right, let's see what else we got here. All right, what do we got over here? What do we got? Let's see what the Fox has.
And then, of course, we have the other factor, the trade war, which we were kind of hoping when Biden's administration took office that would go away. But I'm hoping it will, but I don't see anything in the near term. And so, I mean, we're paying an additional 25% tariff on every single bicycle right now, and every single bicycle that we produce in our factory in South Carolina.
So what happens, Isaac, when you go to your companies that you sell to, Walmart, Target, and you tell them, I got to raise my prices on you guys because my material prices are getting so high. I'm holding a Bratz doll, the red-headed Bratz doll that you sent me. What was the price last year, and what is the price going to be this year?
Yeah, so Lizzie, I think their job is Walmart, Target, Amazon, etc. is no, you cannot raise prices. But they know the prices are going up because they import themselves. And that is going to be the reality. The doll that you have, the Rainbow High Lizzie doll, which was $26.99, probably going to go to $29.99. We're going to take the price increases, but a lot of that price increase we're going to take ourselves, so we take a hit to our profit. But at the end, the consumers are going to pay for these. And I fault the U.S. Treasury and the government for this. I mean, do you know why last year there was a shortage of toilet paper, Lizzie?
Toilet paper shortage? Well, why?
Yeah, because they were using those mills to print U.S. dollars. That's why.
Green. wants his job back.
He literally just said there is a toilet paper shortage because they're using the paper mills to print money. I don't understand what it is. I don't even want to keep listening to this because it's nonsense, first of all. But I don't understand what it is with people going on TV. All of them, they're pulling the Bill Ackman on us. I don't know what it is, but I'm so skeptical of these people on TV. How do I say this? Like, Bill Ackman in March of 2020 is like, yeah, and you all remember this. You know this story. Like, market's crashing. We need to do lockdowns. Consider martial law. Shut the stock market down for 30, 60 days. And cause the market to continue to plummet while he was shorting the market. Now, you got all of these suits. Literally, regularly, every day, these suits are going on to you. Yeah, big inflation is coming. I mean, just look at lumber prices. Hey, anything having to do with construction. I mean, see, I'm wearing a shovel. Prices are going up. And it's like, okay, yes, that is what's happening now. But these people, they play chess with us. They're trying to think a few steps ahead of us. And I'm kind of wondering if they're purposely trying to get SPACs to plummet and some of our high PE stocks to plummet so they could shop for deals. And then once they go skyrocketing again, all the other people are like, wait, you said SPACs were red. They play us, man. These people play us. That's bad. All right, let's see what Bloomberg's got. No audio. That's what they got.
And really kind of getting its mojo back. You get a lot of energy names in that space getting bid here on this day. And then you got dollar weakness again for another day.
Well, where's the love for lumber? I thought lumber had its sexy back, but apparently we're just taking a little bit of pause. So going across the commodity spectrum, like, I guess you got a little bit of a downtrend on what's happening. Also in oil, that's getting battered about by some of the inventory news too. So much to digest. Yeah. Central banks is where it's at when it comes to Canada as well, hey?
We are short the Super League, Caroline, unfortunately. We are short LIBOR. This is Bloomberg.
Oh, what? You're short LIBOR the day it plummets? Everybody's a brilliant investor the day it happens. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't. I know you said these live streams won't last forever, but I'm going to need you to continue for at least 30 more years. Well, hopefully we can get you to print enough pennies to retire before then. So, all right. You want to go back to the sticks? Fine. I think corporate TV will fade or change drastically. Well, I mean, I think they've got so much money, so much clout. They'll evolve. Kevin, they were buying SPACs today. The spikes in volume couldn't be retail. I believe it. I just believe it. These people, I don't know. They're whatever. I know you focus more on real estate and stocks versus crypto, but any chance you get an Omnicoin? Look, I'm not, no disrespect to the alts, but I have not even fully built out my my Bitcoin position, and I want to get an Ethereum position. Actually, we talked about Path this morning in the course member live stream. But yeah, I want to build out some of my positions before I start expanding. But every day, let me put it this way, every day I'm learning about crypto, and I still believe, and I still have this fear. And I'm not saying this because it's like, oh, you're just trying to crash crypto, and I don't care. Then it's a buying opportunity. But anyway, look, I still have a concern that if inflation U-turns to the down, crypto, one of the biggest compelling reasons to buy crypto goes away. What if Biden says, you know what, forget the infrastructure plan, maybe we'll do it next year. Forget the corporate tax hike, maybe we'll do it next year, whatever. It didn't work out. We're going to focus on some other priorities. I don't see that happening particularly, but whatever. Let's say that happens. At the same time as inflation inflects downwards. Then what happens? How many people who are just in it for inflation are now rotating out? Personally, my big inflation hedge has been real estate because I'm locking in those 30-year rates and making tenants pay my bills. Which sounds horrible. Like some people are like, "Oh my gosh, Kevin, that just sounds like a landlord." Landlord would say that's like, well, I mean, there's two sides, right? Like a tenant can go buy a place too, but on the flip side, you take on risk with real estate. It's not risk-free to do real estate. Although if you get a really good deal, it can be pretty low risk. Anyway, yeah, the cool thing is somebody says they missed the course member live. The cool thing is all of the course member live streams are recorded. And you could go back. I started doing daily course member live streams. You'll never believe this, but it was like March 3rd or 5th of 2020, which was like such like the perfect time that we literally all needed to be working together about the madness happening in the market. I mean, I still remember looking at Peloton and we're like, dang, you know, I literally remember having this conversation with, you know, Peloton, probably a good buy, you know, because the whole stay-at-home play. This was like March of 2020. And so we're looking at this thing at like 27. The thing goes down to 19. It's 100 now, right? It's nuts. It's been such a weird journey. All right, what are the sticks doing? Volatility fell even more, fell another 0.5% here just in this conversation. Peloton, you're out with 99.50. So it's about 2 percentage points lower than what I added to it this morning. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. I'm not going to add again for a bit. I'm going to keep an eye, though, on Coinbase. I really want to see Coinbase break 310 again. And I know I'm being a little, like I've been saying, 315. Yeah, I have been saying 315. I mean, it's so close. I'm tempted to. I'll look at options in a sec. I don't know. I think there's a lot of FUD around the Coinbase and the Germany thing, and I like buying when there's FUD. I love FUD. If I could just like eat pies of FUD, I would do that. It's perfect. So skills back up, back to 33%. And we've got Microvish, NGA. Yeah, these guys are still chugging along here very well. Fisker back to 15%. I mean, absolutely incredible here. Wow, Lemonade now 10.5%. Really, really good. Love that CEO interview, by the way. If you have not yet seen my interview with the CEO of Lemonade, you really ought to check that out. That's a good one. I will also have an interview today at 2 p.m., so stay tuned for that. That should be very fun. We'll be talking inflation with somebody who's got some strong opinions about inflation. So I'm looking forward to that discussion. So, all right, let's see here. All right. Okay, so what else do we have here? Plug Power. Ooh, Plug Power's up again. Look at Plug. Oh, yeah, we were going to look at the Coinbase. Coinbase options. If I could get a fall into the close, that would be really convenient. You can't always get what you want, though, as they say. So if I bought... Ooh. What's the open interest, though? Hold on. Oh, there's, like, no liquidity, though, in these. Yeah, see, I'd have to get the 320s to have the highest, a good open interest here. Wow. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm at the wrong date. I was wondering. I'm like, wait a minute. There we go. Oh, gosh, there's like nothing. There's nobody selling calls right now on Coinbase, and it sucks because it screws the pricing. You know, you end up having to go for these lower choices here. $400 call is down 10% right now. That's so out of the money. Wow. They don't even have an implied volatility calculation because it's so new. I don't know. 400's a little too lofty. A little too lofty. We'll wait a little bit. We'll wait for a little bit more pain. You know, we don't. That's the thing, is you don't have to rush. So what? It goes green, then just sit on your hands for a little bit. Don't have to rush. Tesla article on supply chain. Can we link that? David. Oh, I get it. David. Okay, let's see. Tesla supply chain. How am I supposed to find it? News. 55 minutes ago. Oh, here we go. Benzinga. I like Benzinga. Often. There was one article that made me upset, but generally they got good stuff. As I say that, I get the pop up. Watch it. That was like manual. Yeah, well, then sign up, Kevin. Tesla supply chain orders show company could sell 1 million cars in total. Well, duh. We already know that. Elon Musk already leaked like 2 months ago. No, that wasn't 2 months ago. Here, I covered this. It was. It is interesting though. They're talking about the supply chain, and I don't know why I'm getting the pinwheel now. But we talked about this a little bit in. Okay, I can't search. Whatever. Let's just read it. All right, what do we got in the first quarter? Tesla delivered 184 because the current street estimate's like 880. I'm pretty sure. But first quarter is historically weakest, right? Teslarati shared information about Tesla's supply chain orders, which were already on the way to deliver more than 1 million cars in 2021. Thank you. Tesla hasn't given any hard numbers for 2021. That is true. The rumor is that 1 million is possible. They're going to exceed 1 million is the expectation amongst the insiders. Elon Musk in conference calls, earnings calls, has suggested potentially that they were targeting and this was last year they were saying this, like, oh yeah, like 880 higher, in that range there. He was responding to a question where they're like, oh, 850 to now, something like that. I don't remember verbatim what was said, but yeah, I think it's going to be a blowout year for Tesla. If at the end of this year they're like, oh, we produced and delivered 1.1 million cars, let's just say, that means they more than doubled in 2021. This stock's not going to be at 700 anymore. But yeah, we covered some of the rumors from insiders. Tesla, meet Kevin. I don't know. I'll just type that in. Let's see, which one is it? Not the crash one. Not what Tesla just did. Where is it? Tesla is one of my recent Tesla videos. That's weird. I'll have to figure out. I'll figure out what the title is, and I'll get you the title so you can see it. For right now, let's check out the closing bell here. We got 3 minutes left of the closing bell. We'll look at sticks in a moment too.
This guy's keeping 90% of the voting rights.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, that's the game now.
He couldn't have done a SPAC. There's no sponsor that would have had shareholders sign off on. Let this guy who moved the company here from Romania 5 years ago, let him have 88% of the voting rights. It just wouldn't have worked.
Have you seen the companies that have dual share classes right now that are never going to be in the S&P 500, including Coinbase? I mean, it's the way it is.
Okay, I got the titles for you. So if you're really curious about what those secret things were, so this is just the back end of YouTube here. But take a look at this. It's these two right here. These are good because they talk about some of those projections. So Tesla's new secret projections. I don't know, what was the title? Tesla's new secret projections. Type that in. Tesla's new secret projections, meet Kevin. And what Tesla just said, 3 bombshells. Those two right here. Those are the ones you want to watch. Okay, sorry.
And in the case of this name, it's a great company. Like 90% revenue growth and 90% profit margins. That's completely unheard of. All these rule of 40 stocks, that's the rule of 90. So it's impressive. I understand. I just feel like this couldn't have been a SPAC.
Yeah.
We have 2 minutes left. Mike, what are the internals showing?
Very positive. If you look at the New York Stock Exchange volume split, it's actually been a real comeback. It's very kind of weak the last couple of days. The volume in advancers versus decliners, pretty lopsided right now. It's what is that? Just over 7-1. So more than 80% of the volume is in advancing stocks right now. Take a look at, we've been looking at this the last few days. NASDAQ new 52-week highs versus lows. Pretty much an even split right here. For much of the day, new lows were outperforming. So it seems there's still a little bit of,
Someone says, I think Tesla will have a few more dips before that 1.1 million deliveries. Yeah, no doubt. I agree with that. And then shout out here, love your member courses, and thanks for revealing the juice of Tesla and Enphase to me. Oh, that's awesome. Well, thanks for joining and being part of it. Let's keep listening here.
The downtrend is still intact. You have this rotational market that usually is good for keeping the S&P 500 relatively orderly, which means it feeds into a relatively tame volatility index as well. So that is certainly staying out of the way of the market in terms of its attempt to go back toward those old highs, Sarah.
Less than 1 minute to go, and we are looking at stocks near the highs of the session. The Dow's up 305 points. The biggest contributor to the Dow's gains today is IBM, continuing to respond positively to earnings that were better than expected and showing some signs of growth.
Coinbase at 311. I'm just going to read off some quick things in the last 20 seconds here. Coinbase at 311. Piton is 99.7. So, yeah, that Netflix really just slapped Peloton there. That's a bummer.
Are under pressure. Utilities and communication services Utilities, at least, are the defensive ones. Financials are up, industrials up, consumer discretionary, transports are up, and they are actually higher for the week so far, headed for their 12th week in a row of gains. That's very bullish for the transports and the overall economy. The Russell 2000 index of small caps having its best day since the end of March. It's up 2.4% into the close. Also still lower, though, for the week. It's gotten pretty beat up lately. And there goes the bell near the highs of the day, Wilfred.
Indeed, up almost 4% for the S&P and the Dow. NASDAQ up 1.2%. Welcome to the closing bell, everyone. I'm Wilfred Frost, along with Sarah Eisen and Mike Santoli, CNBC senior markets commentator. As I just mentioned, the Dow up 0.94%, 317 points, just a handful of points from its session high. S&P up 0.9% as well. NASDAQ led the charge of the big caps, up 1.2%. The Russell 2000 up 2.4%. In terms of sector performance, materials, energy, industrials led the charge. Only two of them were negative: communication services and utilities. Earnings from Chipotle, Las Vegas Sands, and Whirlpool are about to take center stage.
Oh, let's take a look at earnings. I'm going to pull this up. So Chipotle, Sands, and Whirlpool. It's funny. Somebody here's got a comment. Do I give away courses to tenants? You know, if I gave courses to the tenants, I think the first thing they would do is they would follow the advice in the course and they would leave me. They would not be my tenant anymore. It's probably a bad idea. Okay, so Chipotle and Whirlpool. Sorry, I just think renting is very bad. That's in the real estate course, and obviously there's much more to it than that. Okay, Las Vegas Sands. Las Vegas Sands. All right, we're going to pull these up. We're going to have earnings. I'm excited. Woo! Let's also see while we wait for some of these earnings to come in. Let's go ahead and keep an eye on how things closed. So let's do a quick scrub. We'll do a little quick one here, a little quick move, just because we do have. Oh wow! Look at this rally into the close. 34% on skills. Voyager Digital 21%. This is probably going to adjust higher in the next few minutes here. Usually it still adjusts for the next 10 minutes. Fisker up 17%, NGA 18%, Canoes up 12%, Lemonade up 11%. This is absolutely incredible. Churchill Capital is up 7%, Matterport's up 6.5%, ChargePoint up 5.8%, Enphase up 5.5%. Absolutely nuts. Chewy 4.3%, Palantir's up 4%, Tesla's up 3.5%, Sundial's up. There's a lot of really good green in the market today. Really needed this sort of flip here. No earnings just yet, so we'll stand by for earnings. But wow. Let's see after hours. I doubt we're going to have many after hours movers until we actually get some earnings here coming through. We do have Dave & Buster's down 2.2% here, but sometimes in the first few minutes of the after hours, it's a little funny. There's just so little volatility here. Whirlpool. So what are we expecting with Whirlpool? I mean, it takes for frickin' ever to get a like a refrigerator and appliances these days. There's massive demand for people moving into appliances. So I mean, obviously a lot of excited expectations, but you know, so I mean, I wouldn't be shocked to see some beats at Whirlpool, but then again, maybe if they have supply chain issues, maybe not. A lot of people spending stimulus money on new appliances. You've got Chipotle. I don't know. Did people grow tired of Chipotle? We'll see. With Chipotle, you know, you kind of like Domino's. People kind of grew tired of ordering Domino's all the time. So Domino's had a little bit of a rough patch there. So we'll see what happens. Whirlpool is going to be really interesting to watch. Chipotle is going to be, I don't know how much Chipotle is going to signal for the rest of the economy. Las Vegas Sands, though, that could be interesting. So we'll see what happens here. All right. So let's listen in here.
A 10% pullback.
Well, anything's possible. We did that in 2017, and I think we did it in 2019. So anyone that tells you, how could we say anything's not possible? We just watched crude oil traded a negative.
Somebody's asking how Netflix slapped Peloton. So a dramatic decrease in at-home subscribers at Netflix kind of implies that potentially the big subscriber surge that you would see for digital products at Netflix Disney, and Peloton could have been had, and that maybe you're not going to see that crazy surge again. Because remember, it's not just the Peloton products; it's also the apps they have. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, I want to. Oh, Sands just reported. Hold on. Whirlpool just reported too. Crap, so fast. Okay, hold on one sec. So Las Vegas Sands, I can't read this. What's the problem with this? Okay, Sands. Okay, reported net revenue of $1.2 billion versus $1.78 billion a year ago. Casino revenue was $865. They reported a loss of $278 million. Not sure what the expectation was. Net revenue was $1.2 billion. That's down 33% on the net year over year. Property EBITDA $244. Okay, and then Whirlpool. Let me just read this off really quick. Whirlpool, we're at Q1 net of $433 million. We had, okay, let's see here. Whirlpool net sales. Oh, big beat. Well, about a 10% beat on Whirlpool. Net sales came in at $5.36 billion versus an estimate of $4.85. EBITDA of $664 million versus estimate of $480. That's really good. Margins up. Oh, yeah, Whirlpool's up 4% in the after hours now. And they raised their fiscal year guidance as well. I'm going to look at their guidance here. It doesn't show it yet. Let's listen in. CNBC's covering it now as well.
For 2089. So that's also significantly higher. And they've raised their revenue guidance as well. They've announced in previous sessions.
It's like she's reading the same thing.
Back news, some shareholder friendly action. But there you can see the spike in Whirlpool shares. We're going to talk to the CEO in just a few minutes about these strong results, Mike.
EPS of $7.20 versus a consensus estimate of $5.41. Oh, it says it there
right now, which is the hot housing market and strong manufacturing. Yep. And it continues to show that they've got pricing power and very strong demand.
Yeah, anything obviously housing related and durable goods and sort of anything that uses a lot of the raw materials. People are now conditioned that they're going to have to pay up. I think that's in the short term the story. You know, that $7.20 that they earned in this quarter.
I'm going to pull back just for a moment here. We're on Las Vegas Sands. I'm just looking for a little bit more updates here. We remain confident in the eventual recovery in travel. That's not as bullish on recovery stocks. Not as bullish as you would expect. Remaining confident in an eventual recovery in travel and tourism is not as good as, hey, things are already on the up and up, right? Demand for our offerings from customers who have been able to visit remains robust, but pandemic-related travel restrictions, particularly in Macau and Singapore, continue to limit visitation and hinder our current financial performance. That's over at Las Vegas Sands.
It's been a bit of a rotational market. We certainly started the year strongly with this value rotation into value and cyclicals. And as treasury yields kind of peaked at that 175 range, pulled back to today around 155.
Whirlpool just raised their dividend to $1.40 as well.
You really take the lead once again. Now I think we are at an interesting point where perhaps you are set up nicely for one last kind of value rotation, especially as we are really getting into the earnings and economic momentum as we enter the summer months here in the U.S. That being said, I'm going
to pull off that for a moment. I just want to look at the, this is an earnings release, or this is a press release from Whirlpool. Net sales growth of 24% at Whirlpool. Net sales growth of 24%, driven by, let's take a look at this. Driven by sustained global industry demand and cost-based pricing actions. GAAP net earnings margin of 8.1%. Okay, EBIT of 12. Delivered cash. Okay, good. Raised guidance. They are expecting $23 to $24 of EPS for 2021. I'm going to find out how many shares they have outstanding, and we can do a little bit of math there. That'll be fun. Let's listen in here, though.
We have the Fed sitting out there as well. At some point, they will have to think about removing some of this crisis level accommodation. So certainly some headwinds we're thinking about as we head to the second half of the year. For now, we do think we're set up nicely for one leg higher in the value cyclical trade, but just be mindful that we might consolidate some of these gains.
Well, that's just where I want to go, to the Fed. Josh, I know you think maybe Kanye could cause the market correction, but maybe more
Kanye West?
The Federal Reserve. I don't know if you guys saw today, the Canadian dollar, the loonie, got hammered. It was down a full percent. We don't see everyday moves like that in the currency market. And the reason why is their central bank started tapering, cutting back the number of asset purchases, and sounding much more hawkish when it comes to raising interest rates on the improvement in the outlook. And that's certainly not the direction that Jay Powell and the Federal Reserve is going in. They're being patient. They want to see much more signs of progress and not just forecasts of it. But Josh, how big of a risk factor is that? Not just to
Wow. Hey, just a heads up. Whirlpool projecting $23 to $24 in earnings per share implies a 10 times multiple. You're only paying 10 times for Whirlpool. That's low. Very, very low. Since pre-pandemic, it's also up 50% since pre-pandemic. That's incredible. I mean, really good for Whirlpool. Low valuation. I'll look up what the beta is. 2.39% dividend.
Instead, we're looking at asset prices. Like if that was a big part of their model, we already would have been tapering. There are 45 distinct separate cryptocurrencies, huge air quotes on currencies, that now have $1 billion or more. The coin with the dog on it is $50 billion, even after selling off 15% overnight. Like, we're going to have to talk taper at some point this year, or some really fundamentally bad things are going to happen in the financial markets because of all the leverage, all the gambling, all the speculation, and just the lack of anything having gone wrong in a while.
Oh, I missed Chipotle earnings. Chipotle earnings came in 1 minute ago. Well, I guess I didn't really miss them. Chipotle EPS of 445 versus 491. Wait, is that right? No. Okay, hold on. Oh, adjusted EPS beat. So adjusted EPS beat. EPS is way higher than it was year over year. Well, no kidding. Chipotle is just absolutely blown up. Looks like they are okay. Yeah, EPS came in at 536 versus the consensus of 489. Let's see. Chipotle not providing fiscal year 2021 comp restaurant sales growth view. That's interesting. That they wouldn't provide the comparison. They've got revenues of 1.74 billion versus 1.74 billion expected. So the revenue came in as expected, but their earnings came in slightly higher, which is a good sign of additional profitability at Chipotle. That's very exciting for Chipotle. I'm surprised because we did have that pullback. This is going to be Chipotle that they're putting up on TV now as my expectation here. It's going to be
$5.36 adjusted. Yep. That's about 10% above the estimates of $4.89.
Oh, there it is. Comp sales up 17% year over year.
Dollars for Q1, right in line. Same store sales up 17.2%. Digital sales continue to really grow here, up 134%, accounting for about 50% of sales. That's nearly $870 million for the quarter. The company had projected it would have a strong Q1.
Wow.
It pointed to
digital sales 50%. They are getting people addicted to the app. That's really incredible. CEO says they're off to a great start in 2021.
Guiding for comp sales in the high 20s to 30% for the second quarter. That's in line with what analysts are expecting. But the company not giving full year 2021 comp sales numbers due to ongoing uncertainty with COVID.
Yeah.
Chipotle also said it opened 40 new locations in the quarter. 26 of them had Chipotlanes. Those drive higher margins and sales for the brand. We're going to talk about all of this tomorrow with CEO Brian Niccol. He's going to join me for a First on CNBC interview on the exchange around 1 p.m. Eastern, guys. Back over to you.
So Chipotle is actually down a little bit on this. Now, Chipotle has been one of those higher multiple ones. So that could be why. I think this might be Spirit next. Are they covering? Oh, Las Vegas Sands. We already covered Las Vegas Sands. So let's jump on over. I think somebody said Spirit just reported. So thank you for that. Let me pull it. They did. They also reported at the same time that, so many earnings. I'm drowning in earnings here. It sounds like a first world problem, Kevin. All right. So Spirit Airlines reports quarter one loss per share of $1.15. Operating revenue of 461.3 versus an estimate of 459. So they pretty much hit estimate there. Loss of, let's see here, 112 million. Q1 revenue was 461. We read that again versus the estimate of 459. So about $2 million more. Loss per share at 248, lower than the expected loss per share of $2.67. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that Las Vegas Sands is down, by the way, because remember how I read out the comments in their letter that they're basically saying, yeah, kind of still waiting for that travel to come back. Not so good. Okay, then we've got demand strength in the last few weeks of the quarter, says Spirit Airlines. So demand strength in the last few weeks of March is what they're saying. Good. We got the 8K for the quarter results. Sees positive EBITDA for the year. Good. So not a loss anymore for the rest of the year. Load factor is 72%. Wow, that's actually not bad. 72% at Spirit is way better than the 54% I think United had. United only had 54% load, basically meaning their planes are like half full, half empty, half empty. And Spirit Airlines is at 72.1% loaded up. That's good. And they only see their Q2 capacity down 5%. This is much better than United Airlines, for example. So if Spirit sold down much because of United, they could potentially pop on some of these results. Let's go ahead and look at the stick here and see how the sticks are reacting to the Spirit news. Let's get to save. Saves up 2% in the after hours. Not much of a move, but these are very good earnings, I have to say, so far. I mean, it's no surprise that recovery is not running as much as we thought it would. It's no surprise at all. But this is good. Very good. So why are they saying Bitcoin bust? What?
Bearish Bitcoin call straight ahead.
Oh, from JP Morgan, probably.
Closer look at the bond market and implications for the recent decline in treasury yields. We're back in just 90 seconds.
Yeah, she said yields. That's me. So no, we everybody gets to make fun of everybody. It's okay. We love them. So they know we're just messing around. Not that they watch us anyway. So okay, Spirit Airlines now up 3.3%. We are the cannabis. Look at this cannabis coming back a little bit. Whirlpool pulled back after that euphoria there. Whirlpool now at just 1.7, 1.5% up. Yeah, look at that pump. Look at that earnings pump and the dump. You know what? Maybe the SEC needs to investigate earnings for being pump and dumps. The SEC. Oh, be nice to the SEC. Respect the SEC, okay? SECs are the stock gods, and they just got a new boss who might be a little tougher on them SPACs. But honestly, they should be. Those SPACs, the SPAC projections are a joke. A joke. All right, what else do we have here? So, all right. So, do we have other earnings? Does anybody else know of any other earnings coming up today? So I'm happy to look. I'm going to look at the earnings calendar really quick too. Wednesday, AT&T. Do we care? Oh, American Airlines. Oh, they reported this morning though. DR Horton reported this morning. Quest Diagnostics reported this morning. Southwest reported this morning. Okay, so it'll be interesting. We should really look at but the problem is these earnings, they come out at like 4 a.m. my time. I'm not waking up that early. I wake up early enough.
Close after setting an all-time high. Nearly 65,000 in the run-up to the Coinbase direct listing. Guggenheim's Scott Minerd speaking with CNBC earlier this morning, saying he sees a correction in the cryptocurrency ahead.
Given the massive move we've had in Bitcoin over the short run, things are very frothy, and I think we're going to have a major correction in Bitcoin. And I've said it before. I think we could pull back to 20 to 30,000 on Bitcoin, which would be a 50% decline.
Joining us now is Nicholas Paniagirchilou, global market strategist for JP Morgan. Thanks so much for joining us. Good to see you. I mean, you've been keeping a close eye on this Bitcoin pullback, and where do you think it heads from here?
We had, over the past few days, the fourth major episode of liquidation of long futures positions. We had before one at the end of last November, one in the middle of January, the end of February, and the fourth one over the past few days. And that is significant not only because the size of the liquidation, but also because it represents a significant challenge here for Bitcoin to sustain its momentum. Is effectively the challenge of breaking out above $60,000. And
yeah, so basically JP Morgan saying they're looking at technicals, they're looking at futures contracts, they're looking at a lot of things going into Bitcoin. They see a big correction coming for Bitcoin. This, whether it's FUD or whether they're right, this information has been leading Bitcoin on a bit of a downtrend slide. It is at 55K a coin right now. So let's see here. We've got, yeah, we're definitely off our Coinbase high peak of 64.9. Let's go ahead and take a peek at the Doge. Why not? Let's see, Doge. Doge at about 31 cents right now. Ethereum still holding up at 34. Let's look at the after hours a bit more. We've got after hours sitting, Spirit Airlines, balanced around that 2.7, although it did go up 3.8%. So maybe it moved nicely off Southwest earnings or just moved with the market this morning. We do have, hey, TTCF finally back. It's still at 1696. Still caught up in that SPAC attack. What else do we have going on here in the after hours? Churchill Capital went up 7.8% today. Nice move following the insanity that we've been feeling. The crazy bleeding we've been seeing. I see Matterport down slightly, NEO down slightly here in the after hours. Probably not good predictors of what's going to happen here, these smaller movements in the after hours. Let's go ahead and pull Tesla. Tesla flat in the after hours. Ended at 744, folks. We're about to go back to levels of 750 where Lauren gets a house. Yeah, wow. Those got lucky on those options yesterday. But anywho, could have gone down. Could have been really bad. So F the chat for Kevin's beard. Not yet. We still have time, okay? We still have time. Just like you still have time to use that coupon code down below to join me in those amazing programs where we do daily live streams and answer your questions. Just so you know, in our daily live streams, we do Q&A. We look at the sticks briefly, not too long. And then we try to do like a deep dive on something. Sometimes we'll go deep. One of my favorites, we went really deep on Palantir, and we spent some good time doing some Palantir research. Really fun. But yeah, and then we also talk a little bit about real estate. We'll look at a real estate deal. Look at because I have a YouTube course as well. We'll do a few minutes towards the end of giving some critiques to people's YouTube channels, and then we go back to Q&A. So we kind of go through a cycle of everything. I'd say the biggest portion though is probably 20-25 minutes of just Q&A, and then probably 30 minutes of stock analysis, and then 10 for real estate and 5 for YouTube. So yeah, I saw Fisker today. No, it's great. But just gives you a little bit of an expectation there. Thank you for the $5 donation. Saying goodbye to Ken. Stop. Earnings LRCX. Yeah, I don't know anything about that one. Clueless. I couldn't even tell you what they do. I'd just be reading. So yeah, okay. Market stable right now. Nothing crazy happening. Let's do a quick peek at the 10-year and top news just to double check that we're not seeing anything maddening. Let's go top news. That was a fun little earnings blast we had there. We'll keep an eye on crypto over the next few days here. We've got Democrats push Yellen to back SALT cap repeal in Biden plan. Oh, that would help me wonderfully. Apple says, we don't copy. We don't kill apps. Oh, making probably a response to Tile there getting smacked. Used car prices leap on U.S. economic recovery by Shift Stock. Well, I can't tell you what to do. So I should say that makes Shift Stock look attractive. Because remember, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm some dude on YouTube. Let's see here. Okay, 10-year. 10-year. The 10-year. Ever been fishing in Iceland? I would love to go fishing in Iceland. That sounds awesome. I can't van life there, but one day I'll totally fly to Iceland. All right, so the 10 years at 1.5538, pretty much unchanged. Okay, folks, you're gonna get a pop-up as soon as I hit end on this. Yeah, don't sue Kevin. You're gonna get a pop-up. Hit the remind button for the 2 p.m. interview. It's gonna be really fun. We're gonna talk about coming market crash and inflation. And this is really what that person's talking about. So I'm not like, I don't want to come across as like, oh, come on with the titles, Kevin. No. Like, that's seriously what they think is coming. So stay tuned for that. You're going to get the reminder as soon as I hit end broadcast here. So just